And we are live. Welcome to our Survivor episode 3, Survivor 50 review recap chat. I'm the host forever, and I got two co-hosts. I'll let y'all introduce yourselves. Y'all are not required to say anything except y'all name and how long y'all been watching Survivor. That's it. But y'all can say as much as y'all want.
Okay. My name's Kai. I actually, it's kind of a crazy story for like how I got into Survivor. I was like, kind of just like about the whole thing. I never really got into it. And then my husband was like a super fan, like when we first started dating and stuff. And then like all that went, then I got pregnant and I was like, what am I going to do? Because I actually got put on bed rest and I was like, I'm going to watch Survivor from the beginning. So I watched from season 1, I watched every single season. I was literally, when I was having my baby, I was in the hospital, like watching Survivor on my phone. I was actually watching the Boston Rob and Amber season while I was in the hospital,
That's crazy.
about to have my baby, and then just kept going. And now I'm like crazy obsessed with Survivor. Like know everything about it.
That's a crazy story. You got to go on the show.
I know. Put me on Survivor.
And that'll be like your moment, your flashback moment. You're like, I was watching Survivor when I gave birth. And
I was watching the finale where Boston Rob proposed to Amber. Like
Jeff would love that.
I had my baby.
Jeff would eat that up.
For real.
I'm Will. Same deal here. Say that in casting. Yeah. Anyways, I'm Will. I got into Survivor because all my friends moved away after we graduated high school, and I had no friends, so all I did was watch Survivor. I binged it all, and then I've been an addict ever since, kind of similar to Kai. And so I'm so pumped. I have so many thoughts from today.
Same.
That's okay. Well, before we get into the episode, I want y'all overall thoughts on the episode in 30 seconds or less. Let's start with Will because Kai went first.
I can say it in like 3 words. Wait. 4 words. I hate Emily Flippin. I cannot stand that woman. I hated her in 45, and then I was starting to grow on her. I'm like, okay, maybe I like her. Nope, back to despising Emily Flippin. That's all I feel.
Kai?
Mine's gonna be longer than 4 words, but I agree with that sentiment from this episode. But chaotic, unexpected, like energetic, a little cheesy with the that section.
God. Oh God.
I mean, I loved it. I honestly I loved the episode, but because it just had like so many up and down elements. So I loved the whole episode actually a lot.
This episode was just like a classic. You tell me one thing, and then by the end of 5 minutes, every single person knows everything. The end of that episode, seeing people go from this person to that person to this person to that person was like freaking me out. I was like, or stressing me out. I'm like, oh my God. Like at this point, just have a meeting with all 7 of y'all because it's going from here to here to here to here so much. I didn't know who was going to go home. I really didn't. But let's get right into the episode. So this episode starts off with a preview of last episode. Everyone's asking Christian, is he okay? Because he fell, and only one person knows what actually happened, and that's Rick Devens, because it was just a ploy for Rick to hide the idol. Now, I want to be honest. This idol thing that Rick is doing is cool and everything, but I really don't see what's the payoff. Like, he's going to grab it when he's about to go home and say, hey, I got an idol now. Don't vote me out. Like, it's Rick. Everybody will know it's not true, right? Or how do y'all feel about it?
I think they could lie to somebody else. Get somebody else, but we found this clue. There's an idol hidden at tribal council. Get them to grab it, make them feel like they're safe. And then they go home. That's what I think is going to happen with it.
I mean, it's one of those things where like it's been in the edit enough to where it's like we have to see it in the future. You know, like something's it's gonna come up. Even if like nothing comes of it, I love that was in there because it's so ridiculous. It was like giving me flashbacks to like Adam going up to like the previous season with Adam where he like goes up to the thing and he's like, had to see if that was an idol. It's like it's gonna embarrass someone, like something is gonna happen with it. We have to see it again.
It seems like something that Rick's been thinking about for a while. Not gonna lie. But we see this tribe go to tree mail, and I forgot what the tree mail actually said, but it said something to where pretty much everyone was thinking a swap was coming. So Christian gets this idea of, should I let the rest of the people in my alliance know? And I guess this fully confirms that the people he looked at in his alliance are Rick, Emily, and Suri. Ozzy was not in there. I thought that was interesting. And he decides he does. So Rick says, let's act like I didn't already know this, and let's actually inform the other two members of this alliance. So at some point they got to tell Suri. So Suri knew, she was very excited, learned about the whole Billie Eilish boomerang and all that stuff, but they did not get to tell Emily. But they will later on. But what are y'all thoughts on them deciding to actually tell the other two members of their alliance?
I think it's
I
interesting
think
they called it the four. He specifically said the four. So like I feel like the alliance was a lot tighter than the edits shown us so far, which was
Right,
interesting.
right.
Also, they had it be that they said that Rick found the idol, right? Which was kind of, I don't think I fully got why. Do you guys have any reason why?
that was another thing too.
I
Like
didn't even hear
there
that
had to
part.
be some stuff cut out there because it was like Devins, it didn't seem like in the edit, it didn't seem like Devins was like super gung ho, but then in his confessional, he was like, yeah, great idea. Da, 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 da. And so I was like, if I was Devins, I probably wouldn't have wanted to be like, yeah, I did this thing
Yeah.
in this idol. But it seemed like Sari in her confessional, she was like, oh, I'm locked in with them now, you know? So there's just some dynamics that we're not seeing. So the confessionals are giving us that insight of whatever's going on. Plus, you, I don't know. I don't think Sari is such a scary player. It's like, I don't know if I would ever want to be on the outs with her unless I knew for sure we were getting her out at some point.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I can
I
see
just don't
that.
get
But
how
I'm
it's changing from like if they would have just gone and be like, oh, Christian found it, like just told the absolute truth with it. Like having to say them pretending that Rick found it and Christian's making his face, like pretending like he's just learning too, like was so just I didn't get it. I don't get the move. It worked, I guess, and it worked out in their favor with how the swap went because Sari trusted Rick more, but they didn't know that was going to happen. They didn't know that Rick and Sari were going to be together still, so it just felt like an odd choice.
It
so
could
I
be
guess I
something where
missed.
it's like they can use that, like both of them can use that to an advantage with the way it happened later. Like Devins could be like, I gifted you the idol, Aubrey, blah, 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 blah. Or if something
Yeah.
happens, then Christian could be like, hey, I know everyone thinks it was Devins. We did this, da, 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 but I'm the one who actually gave you the idol. It could be some sort of like they both have some
True.
power with the
True.
idol pass off thing. The Billie
Yeah.
Eilish boomerang idol.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they said that Rick found it. I think I was probably sending a voice note to one of y'all two at that time because I just thought they told the truth. But we get to the challenge or the challenge, and I don't know what was into Jeff, but he just decided to just have them snap fingers and just bust out a rap out of nowhere. This did get uh published already on Instagram before the episode came out, so we all saw it. So what do y'all think of his rap? Stick to hosting. Stick to hosting.
It's like the clip of Wendell when Wendell's like, "You cannot rap. You don't have bars.
Oh,
Stop rapping." To what's his name, Chris? Yeah, that's how I felt watching it. It just PTSD back to chicken and waffles in 48. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this again.
It was
hey,
so cringy. One of our like other ORG friends, me and her, Mel, we were like chatting about it, and she said like it's giving Barney, and
oh my god.
I was like, oh my gosh, like thinking of like his like cadence and like all that. I was like, yeah, he's definitely pandering to like the like the young audience, trying to be like, I'm cool.
I like what Davey said. Davey said, "Let this man have fun."
Yeah,
He's on
it's
Survivor
like
50.
cringy, but you like it. You're like you like when Jeff has fun.
Yeah, so no surprise, drop your buffs. I'm pretty sure everyone that was standing out there knew that this was coming. They all picked new buffs, and we got new tribes. Since I watched this an hour ago, I tried to get pictures of the new tribes, but they're not online yet. So I couldn't really get that. But I can name the new tribes. So the teal tribe, we got Genevieve, Aubrey, Tiffany, Colby, Coach, Chrissy, and Joe. The pink tribe. I know some people say purple, pink, purple. I don't know what color that one is, but it's got Q. It's got the David and Goliath three, Angelina, Christian, and Mike. It's got Emily, Ozzy, and Stephanie. And then the orange tribe has Rizzo, Sari, Jonathan, Charlie, D, Rick, and Camilla. What do we think of these new tribes?
I like
Initially,
them
before we
a
saw
lot.
everything else.
I liked it. I was like, I mean, I voted for the tribe swap, like whenever it was like the fan thing. I mean, I voted for all the stuff that's happening so far. I was like, yeah, no rice, get out of here, like all that. But I liked it. I was like, yeah, switch it up, make these people uncomfortable. I like it.
I
I
mean, the
felt
tribe swap really screwed Q over though. He was like the top dog at his spoiler alert, jump to the end, but they kind of screwed him over.
I think it was funny. We got a confessional from someone on every single tribe that said, "Oh, we have the best tribe. We got the best breakout. We're not going to lose any challenges." From every single tribe's thought that, which, I mean, I did feel like they were pretty balanced. Surprisingly enough, I feel like during tribe swaps, a lot of times it feels very skewed one way or the other. But
Hmm.
for once, it didn't.
Yeah, it felt
And I
super balanced, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, and I think I was happy with the tribe swap. I thought it was interesting and cool. So well, they just leave that because there was not a real challenge, and they just go right to their new tribes. So, um, for a while, we just see these tribes interacting with each other, which I like. I personally like when we just see the camp life. I wish we even saw more of it, to be honest. Almost like Big Brother, we just saw live feeds of camp, just saw what they did to survive. But um one of the first things we see is Joe being super happy about his tribe, and we see freaking Coach. Coach is like, oh, it's like Coach's wet dream because he has the honor and integrity of Joe, and we have Colby, and they're all just broing it out, honor and
Yeah.
integrity, super happy, like dad life. They're just, I think that's about to be a tight alliance. Joe,
Joe,
Colby, and Coach.
Joe and Coach having that little talk where they're talking about honor and integrity, and they're both like about fighting back tears. Was like,
Yeah.
man, oh man, this is Camilla's worst
Also,
nightmare.
just so it's all out there, I'm a Coach apologist. I love Coach. I'm a Coach stan. Like, I love him. He is made for reality TV. He is made for Survivor. I love
Yeah,
that man. I would watch a TV show just about Coach.
He's got fans for sure.
watch
Yeah.
He's got
Coach,
fans.
Coach teaching high school band or middle school band.
Yeah.
Is like I would
Yeah.
watch that. Yeah.
I would watch it. I would watch
Well,
that easily.
speaking of Coach, we're not leaving the teal tribe because then Coach decides to go back to his old ways. He's like, "Hey, I saw Chrissy on my old tribe. She was at the bottom. They wanted to vote her out. I need to let her know this so I can pull her in. I want to coach Chrissy." So he talks to Chrissy. Chrissy, how are you? Oh, I'm great. I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. And then he just tells her she had no clue that her tribe wasn't really vibing with her, which Chrissy is one of my favorite players. I don't know if y'all know that. Um, Justice for Chrissy. So she got very emotional with this because her old season, like a lot of people didn't like her, and then she gets on this season. She thinks people like her, and they don't like her because she's just being a mom, being helpful around camp, but they think it's annoying, and she starts crying. She goes to the beach with some of the girls. I noticed one of them wasn't there. Was it Tiffany?
Tiff
Tiffany
wasn't.
wasn't
Yeah.
there. Yeah, and Tiff is from her old tribe, and they just comfort her. And yeah, and this episode, a couple people got emotional, so we will get back to emotions. But what y'all think of this Chrissy, Coach, and the girl scene?
I mean, Chrissy like telling her story. Like I've obviously heard her story. I watched like all the pregame press and stuff about like her finding out that she was super susceptible to like that type of cancer and all that, and like really powerful stuff. And I really felt for her on that initial tribe because I felt like she was just getting skunked. No, nothing in the edit. Everyone's just dogging on her. So I'm glad she got her moment today. Um, as far as Coach telling her, I think I was like debating, is that the right move, right? Because if not, Coach could be like, okay, we just got an easy vote here on this tribe. Let's just get rid of someone and I'll make it to the merge and just like be fine. But I think Coach telling her was the right move because he said he really wants to work with her. That just enlists trust. I mean, and it also can help like form a crack that isn't you, you know, like then turn on like a Tiff or something who Coach was not working with on that initial tribe. So I think it was a good move from Coach off the bat. And yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that Chrissy can get things going again because I agree. She was someone totally robbed last time. She deserves better. So fingers crossed
And
it works out here.
I forgot to mention that she brought up the whole her fighting cancer. She avoided cancer, right? She
Yeah.
didn't actually get it. She avoided it. Yeah, that so she got that content inside her confessionals as well. This episode, a lot of people that wasn't getting confessionals got some, and including one of my favorite moment of the whole episode, which we'll get to. But something else that happened on the
Ooh.
Teal tribe is because I was when you were just talking, Will, I was thinking like, wait a minute, Coach has the three guys or him and two guys, and then he's bringing in uh Chrissy, who does he actually want to vote out? And then I'm like, oh, Aubrey. So like this tribe is completely against Aubrey, and this rolls over from her last tribe. Like Aubrey is getting a lot of content, and she's not even the one talking. Like she's not even the one talking in these confessionals, but like everyone's talking about Aubrey, and she is my winner pick. I don't know if y'all know that, but
Aubrey
this
is?
edit, yes, this edit is just making me think like they're showing her as a sympathetic character to bring her back up. That's my opinion. That's what I think. And
Really?
but Tiffany actually goes and tells Aubrey what's going on. So Aubrey sees Tiffany as an ally and Aubrey gets emotional. So what's your thoughts on this tribe as a whole?
Like,
Kai.
I'll be honest, like Aubrey's previous seasons, like I liked her then, but this season she's like just really rubbing me the wrong way. Like I don't know if it's just how she's being portrayed, obviously, but like her and Genevieve on the beach in I think was that the first episode, like she's coming
Yeah,
at
that was
people
weird.
like just with this like negative like energy of like dude. And then in this episode, whenever Genevieve's going around being like Aubrey, and then Tiff goes back to Aubrey and is like, hey, yada yada, Genevieve's saying this, and they're just being like mean girls, and they call Genevieve like a name and stuff, and I'm like, Aubrey, you're really not being very nice, and I don't like that. Like there's a way to be like that type of like rough and tough player and not be like mean girl like that. And it's like really rubbing me the wrong way.
I wrote in my notes, Aubrey, don't you dare call Genevieve a bitch. I was so upset. I was
And she
so
did.
mad.
I
I was
I don't
so
She
know.
mad.
did.
So I'm a Genevieve fan. If you saw my um cast assessment, I was more high on Genevieve than Aubrey. But if you look at this season, like I know you said Aubrey was being a mean girl, but this edit, every single person is against Aubrey. Aubrey is getting the sympathy edit. So I would say that it look if she's being a mean girl, it's not edited that way at all. Like Aubrey is looking like a what's the opposite of a bully? She's looking
A
like
The
that.
victim?
bully, the
She's looking
bullied.
like a victim.
Yeah.
A
She's looking like
victim.
a victim. Yeah, she's getting a victim edit for sure. But I think she's
I
gonna win this season.
I think she's going to be someone who's going to kind of, she's on the bottom. She's going to work away. I would think Emily Flippin in season 45, where she's kind of on the bottom, terrible spot, then rises up and kind of gets a little too cocky. And I'm going to
Like
expect that
redemption arc.
redemption, but into like villain arc, and I think she's going to go out like mid jury or something. I just don't want her to get Genevieve. I'm such a Genevieve fan.
Me
I,
too.
I, I wrote in my notes here literally like 7 times. I'm so scared for Genevieve. I'm so scared for Genevieve. I'm so scared for Genevieve. I was so nervous that tribe would go to tribal. Aubrey played that idol. I was so stressed, man. I want that tribe to win every challenge because I do not want Genevieve going anywhere.
I love
Well,
Genevieve too.
well, so far Aubrey is winning this war versus all these people because Kyle's out and now Q is out. So she's winning right now. But let's take a trip to the Orange Tribe now. So initially, the contestants were a little bit scared of going to the Orange Tribe because that's the tribe with no Flint. And they didn't think the camp was going to look as good, but it did. And it still had a fire going at that moment. Suri and Devins are really happy to be with each other still. They're still friends. I like this alliance a lot. Two of my favorites from the season, actually, if not my two favorites. I don't know. I have a lot of favorites on this season, but They said that they want to act like they're not as close, and to be honest, I can see that working because I don't think many people would think Suri and Devins are that close. We see another one of my favorite players, Rizzo, talking too much again, and Suri's just like, I don't know. We see D and Jonathan talk about Suri. I'm scared for Suri on this tribe. But D wants to work with Suri, but she says her cousin or her friend told her not to.
Mhm.
So apparently we have a 25th cast member, and it's D's best friend. Jonathan is I know a lot of people have opinions on Jonathan, but he's like, oh, we got to get Suri out. She's such a threat. And I just think that's so weird because the last tribe he was on, he was like, we got to get D out. She's such a threat. And I'm just like, Jonathan, like, what about all these other people? Like, you don't see freaking Rick Devins as a threat. You don't see. I don't really remember who was on his tribe, but there's so many other people. But you just like want to go after D and Suri. I just think that's weird.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I do too.
But you know what people say about Jonathan. I'm not trying to say it out loud, but he's going after only women. Like, why not Rick Devins? Why not Coach? Well, Coach, we know why.
Coach and him are number one.
This is number one. But
I did not know this about
interesting.
Jonathan, but I don't know. At least these two, I don't know.
It's
40.
controversial.
Yeah, here's my deal with Suri though. Is taking out Suri is the right move. They said it in the episode, right? You let Suri get to the merge, she gains all the power. Everyone wants to work with Suri. No one wants to vote
No one
out
wants to take her
Suri.
out because
Yeah.
she's not going to win individual challenges. So she's not. You could take her far.
Yep. No,
Vote her out
Suri is
later.
like Suri is. It's hard because I love Suri so much. I know for a fact I would fall right for her whole thing. I would never vote her out.
I would be in her trap. I would fall
But
right into her trap too.
But that's the deal is I think it's the right move to take out Suri here. That is what that tribe needs to do. With what the episode set up, though, I think if they go tribal, Suri's not going to go. It's going to be Charlie or Rizzo for sure.
Well,
I'm thinking we're probably going to talk about that now, huh?
we're getting to my favorite part of the whole episode
Yeah.
because if y'all don't know, I get seasons 45, 6, and 7 mixed up. I just got into Survivor last year and I binge watched a lot at one time. So 45, 6, and 7, I know that they're all good seasons and I get them mixed up. But I was actually a Maria fan. So when she didn't vote for Charlie, I thought it was hilarious, but I am a Charlie fan. So when I saw this, I thought it was I thought it was so good. Rizzo was talking to Charlie and he's basically trying to school Charlie like he's been doing with all these other players, telling him about stuff. And basically he tells him about this Billie Eilish boomerang idol, how it works and everything like that. And Charlie is listening, taking it all in. He's very excited about what he's hearing. But then he's like, well, to be honest, I would never work with Rizzo because he said something last night that I can't get out my head. And basically, Rizzo revealed that his number one ally last season, he didn't vote for in the end. And freaking Charlie has trauma. And that whole scene was just hilarious to me. I loved it. I thought it was the best part of the whole episode.
Something I want to, maybe you guys can give me insight, because when I was watching that, I was like, oh my gosh, like what? But it was like, he said last night they were talking about it. It was the night before they found out Savannah was gone, right? Like they didn't know Savannah was gone yet.
No, they knew she was gone because they found out Savannah was gone at the tribe swap and they weren't on the same tribe originally.
I know, but Charlie said he said this last night, that whole where he didn't vote for his number one. And the flashback was at night where he said, Sophie was my number one, but I voted for Savannah. And that was the night before, right? Because it was at night.
It was the night before, but it was after. But they knew Savannah was gone at that point because they didn't know before the tribe swap. They found out at the tribe swap, and they weren't on the same tribe before, right?
See, that's why I got, because I was like, I feel like
it was weird because I thought it was the same day.
In my mind, because he said last night Rizzo said something and it was a flashback to the night before. So I think that Rizzo, they didn't know that Savannah was out yet. This is like how I perceived it after. So to me, it made sense for him not to say that Savannah was his number one because he didn't know she was already gone.
And they definitely were number ones, right? Like I would not think
right.
Rizzo and Sophie were number ones.
Him and Savannah were number ones. So it's like
Yeah.
he didn't want to say Savannah was
him
number
and
one.
Sophie's been hanging out. Him and Sophie been hanging out, going on double dates and stuff. So maybe that.
But
really
like in the game, him and Savannah played together from day 1 to day 26 or 25. You know.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that was
right.
why I was like, maybe that's why he said that, because he didn't want to do that. And then he found out, and he was probably like, "Oh crap, I should have said."
You're 100% right. Him and Savannah were number ones, but after post show, post season, Sophie is more his age. Yeah, but Sophie's more his age. So yeah. But what y'all think of the scene? This is my favorite moment of the episode.
I loved it. At Charlie's confessional. Charlie is cracking me up this season. Actually, like he's
I can't wait to post
his whole like the like devil of him being like what does he say? He's like, for now, like all scary. Like I love like anything that's happening on him. I'm like loving him so much more even than I did in the 47.
Really? I feel like he hasn't barely even got shown.
But what I've got of him this
but
time,
that
I'm
moment,
like loving it more.
Yeah, I agree. That moment propelled him. This is not Charlie. I'm convinced this is evil Charlie. He is like put on his evil little mustache and he is ready to do some dastardly deeds. That's what I felt.
I'm happy.
I like it.
Loved it.
I'm ready for villain Charlie.
And it's just because he didn't vote for his number one ally. He gave him flashback. He's laying there with his eyes open, like listening to this, like what?
I mean, I was shocked. Yeah. I was shocked when they brought up Maria. I didn't think anyone would even mention. I was wondering if it would get mentioned at all. And then they're just like, oh, Charlie's face. I feel for the guy. Like... When they show the flashback of them at the reunion when Charlie found out that Maria didn't vote for him, that moment breaks my heart. Breaks my heart.
Is she controversial? What happened? I just
because it's well known that if she would have voted for Charlie, then it would have been a tie. Ben would have got to decide, and Ben has been very vocal. I would have voted for Charlie, and so Charlie would have won if Maria voted for him, and Maria online would not give a reason why, and then she's like, "I just saw fire in Kenzie's eyes, and that's why I had to vote for it." And everyone's like, "Dog, just say you didn't want to vote for Charlie because you were petty," and she wouldn't admit it. Charlie even said that on the On Fire podcast. I think he's like, yeah, it hurts that she won't give a real read, like won't say what it really is. And they have not spoken since the show. We all know she was petty.
Well, Rizzo was Rizzoing. I met you before, Sari. Charlie, you and Maria don't talk, right? Hey.
That's a good verb. I like that verb, Rizzoing. That's really good.
Rizzo.
Hearing Sari say the Riz God was like an all-time moment for me. I was like, oh my gosh. Sari saying the Riz God.
She's like, the Riz God. I love that part too. That was so funny.
So we're gonna talk about the challenge next, and then we're gonna talk all about the Pink Tribe. Because we talked about the other two tribes. Let's just talk about the challenge, and then we can spend the rest of this talking about the Pink Tribe. Because we haven't got to them yet. And can one of y'all lead the challenge talk? Because I was eating at this time.
Yeah.
Kai, you said you were locked in. Let's give us a breakdown.
Oh, I mean, I was just so focused on because I love Christian so much. Like he is just such a great character. I just love everything about him. Like, especially this season, he's getting so much screen time. I just love it, love it, love it. But watching, first off, Camilla being the shouter person for her team was absolutely killing it. Like they were just dominating, just knocked it out so quick. I was like, go girl. Like I really want Camilla to have a good game because she deserves it, because she worked so hard with Kyle just to fall short. So I was like, come on girl, go.
Just and like then, Maria did.
Well, and then Chrissy being the shouter for her team, she was doing pretty well too, but it was like, I feel like maybe her voice doesn't carry as much, but they still, locked it in there at the end. But just watching Christian so desperately try to speak to people with his brain that works so logically of this way, right, like 90 degrees, 100, trying to tell people. And I'm like, Christian, you're forgetting that you're talking to jock dudes who are just like, what? I don't know. And then like Ozzy, when Ozzy gets frustrated, he becomes really bad at challenges. It's like if he's locked in, he's amazing. But the moment Ozzy starts to get frustrated, he's crap. He's like not good anymore. So he started to get frustrated. He fell short. I was also like with Christian's team, why did they put Q on the puzzle? Why was Q on the puzzle? I had no idea. Like, put a woman on there so she could listen to how Christian is explaining things. Like Ozzy, sure, for the strength to pick stuff up, and Ozzy is smart still, but like, what was going on there? So I was really bummed that they lost the challenge. But there was some funny moments, like Colby, like absolutely like banging his head into that
Poor
like
guy.
log. I was like, oh golly, and he like kind of laid down like for a second, was like, ugh. And then Jeff being like, this is Survivor, there's gonna be blood. Like you're like,
So
chill
can
out.
can I ask who was on the puzzle? Because I know they're blindfolded, so you just have to listen. But who was on the puzzle with Q?
It was Ozzy and Q.
Okay, because I'm
On
looking
their
at this
team.
tribe. I'm looking at this tribe, and considering Christian was the caller, I don't know who
Mhm.
would be on the puzzle. Like
I think
Angelina's
Emily would have been.
I think
okay,
Emily
right?
would. Yeah, Emily at
Emily
least would, like,
understands Christian.
I don't
yeah.
think Emily identifies as a puzzle person. To
Well,
be
but they're not
honest.
necessarily having to be the puzzle
They're not even
person. They
doing
just
the
have to
puzzle.
follow
Yeah, yeah.
orders. They just got to follow orders.
And I
And
think
I think
Emily
Emily-
understands Christian, and she would have been able to do things.
That's true.
Better than
That's
Q and
true.
Ozzy.
What about Stephanie? Stephanie?
I think
Maybe?
she probably would have done fine too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one would have been Mike. Think Mike is good?
And Mike could have been fine. Mike would have been fine too, but
I think
I
so,
think-
but
Maybe.
I think any other person would have been better than Q at that challenge. At that puzzle.
I agree. I agree.
But
but
my favorite thing in the challenge was Camilla standing up on her block, holding her hands like this, so she knew which way was left the whole time. I thought that was so funny.
that would have been me.
Left.
Another
That
thing
would've been me.
I was thinking is how good do the buffs do at blindfolding you? Like, are you really like full on blind with those on?
I think they
Yeah.
like put blindfolds on or something underneath. They have to, because there's no way.
Yeah.
Here,
They can
I
do
have
this.
I
I should get one. I should get
I have
one.
one. Let's see.
It's got to be something.
I can totally see right now. I can totally see.
I think she's right. It's something under
They've got to
there.
put
There's
a
gotta
blindfold,
be.
because you imagine Colby would not have ran straight into it if he could see it all.
True.
He
I
wouldn't have
felt
like.
bad. I felt bad for
They
that
probably
band.
put blindfolds or something underneath, like the mask type that are like blackout.
Yeah,
Something.
I can see that.
I
It's
felt
upside
bad for
down.
that man. It was funny, but it was like he was like
That was a
barely
bomb.
good up. Like
He was wobbly when he stood up. I thought they were gonna like bring him
Yeah.
medical or something.
me
I'm sure
too.
they did. It just didn't show it.
Yeah.
It was a false alarm, guys. False alarm. But the orange team actually ends up getting the win, and then the
Their
second
first
place.
one?
Oh, yeah, and this was for chicken. We forgot to mention
Yep.
that. So I think the
So did
winning
the-
team got 3.
4. They got 4
4?
chickens.
Okay,
Yep.
and the losing team got 1. That poor chicken.
Yeah.
Like, give it a friend. Why is it by itself?
That chicken's gone.
It probably won't last long.
Yeah.
Well, who
done.
won it? The teal team won it. So
Here's the thing that I found interesting. I was expecting 2 tribes to go to tribal tonight, right? We need to start
So
cutting
was
down this
I.
cast at some point. We're 20 people still after 3
Yeah.
episodes? 4 episodes in, we still have the tied with the most amount of people at the start of a season of Survivor. And we
There's
only have
gonna
like
be a-
9
there's
episodes
20
left.
people left.
There's
20
20
people
people
left.
left. 4 episodes in. Like, we
We're at
need
the
to start
start of
whittling
the
them
season.
down.
There's gonna
For
be
real, we're
there's
at the
got to be
start
a
of the-
double elim soon.
I'm scared. I'm scared. This is a wild prediction here. I've been hearing people say this. I'm scared something's gonna happen in the Mr. Beast episode. Whenever that happens, that they're gonna like eliminate half of them or like take out
I
people
hope.
just at random or something stupid like that, and I'm gonna be so upset. Or
Well, if
I've
you're
heard a
gonna
lot of people
take out
saying
half,
I've heard a lot of people say he's gonna come in and do an offer thing. It's like, if you quit the game right now, I'll give you $100,000 or something like that. I'm dreading something like that happening too.
That's not
I'm
bad.
dreading it. That is not
Honestly,
Survivor, though. That is not
that's
Survivor.
not
I want to see
We're
how many
not
people
quitters out
take
here.
it. I want to see how
I
many
would-
people take it though.
I would
wouldn't
never
take it.
take it.
I wouldn't
Me
want
either.
none of my
I'd be like,
favorites to take it, but I
mm-mm.
would love to. Okay, all right, real quick off of the review. If he did that, 100,000. If you walk right now, name one person that you think would highly consider it from this cast. I'm not saying that they would do it, but somebody where you're like that checks out. Yes. What about D? She already got the money.
No, because D's
No,
she's
she's a
already got money.
competitor.
She's a competitor. That's the
Millionaire.
thing. Here's the thing. I think for most of these people, it's like just as important to say I won Survivor as it is to get the $1 million. And especially because a lot of them have money at this point, right? Like I can't think of anyone in the season who's like what was his name? David in 48, who's like, I'm here because I need money or my girlfriend will break up with me. No one
Yeah,
here
that
is
was
like that. They all got money, you know.
I don't think
They're
they
all
all
in it
got
for the
that.
glory.
I don't think they all millionaires though.
No, but like
No,
you'd have to be feeling like really bad. Like let's say
You
it's
don't
like an
think
Aubrey.
White? You don't think Mike White would just take 100,000
No.
and leave?
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No.
Mike White would not at all.
Mike has said
No,
he
Mike
would
White-
rather win Survivor than win an Emmy. And bro is a
Yeah, I'm
multimillionaire
sure-
at this point. He
I'm
is
sure
staying to
he
win.
said. I'm
No
sure
way
he
he would
said
do
that,
it.
but when you got
He's
that
like my
check in
least
front of you,
likely.
Yeah,
He's-
But
he's
somebody-
the,
least
I
likely
agree.
person.
He's the bottom. He is definitely the
But
least
here-
likely person there.
but
Yeah.
if that was in front of you, someone's taking it. Out of 20
I'm
people,
not
we got
taking it.
20 We
I
got
can't
20
think of a
people left.
person.
Here's the deal. If I'm on a
Really?
show like Beast Games, then I take it because that game's so random and stupid crap like that happens all the time. On Survivor, no, absolutely
No way.
not. No way in hell I would ever do that.
I
Nope.
think one of these people would definitely take it. I think that's such
Who do you think would? Who do you think
Yeah, who
would?
do you
Other than Mike
think?
White?
I think someone with money would. I think I really honestly would say Mike White, and that's y'all least pick.
That is
I
the
think
He
craziest thing.
absolutely. That is a crazy. Yeah, seriously. That
No.
he would
Look,
never.
Mike. So I know y'all say like Mike White said he wants to win. He doesn't even think he's gonna win. He literally said he does. I don't think there's any way I'm gonna win, but I can help someone else win. Like I don't.
But
think
even
he,
at tonight's tribal, he's like, "You're here, like the lows and the highs. Like, why am I out here again? Like, why would he go out there again and do this? Because he wants to do Survivor."
no,
Such a
you're
bad way to go
absolutely-
out too.
You're absolutely
no.
right, though. You're absolutely right because something else he said in his preseason was, "I want to keep the entertainment around," and tonight he did not do it. Let's get back to the review. We go to the Pink Tribe, and it starts off with Mike. He's just talking about how he's the only person from his tribe on this tribe. He's the only person from his previous tribe on this tribe, but it's not necessarily bad because all his friends from pregame are actually on this tribe. He has his David versus Goliath people, and he was friends with Ozzy because they lived in the same state, and he went to the same bar. Like Ozzy owned a bar that he went to, or something like a restaurant
Yeah.
that he went to.
He was a server
So-
at the restaurant.
So Mike is like, I'm all right, actually. Q immediately tells Ozzy he wants to align with Ozzy, so he tells Ozzy about the idol, and he tells him about like how he's really cool with Stephanie, and they want to pull in Emily. What do y'all think about this?
Will, you have strong feelings. Go first.
Yeah, well, I
I
know you
do.
have thought.
I do. Why does anybody trust Emily Flippin ever? Why do we trust her with anything? She instantly goes and spills about Christian telling her about the idol. First thing she does when she hits the beach. And
That
then
was
and then they tell them the plan, and then she goes, I'm gonna go tell Christian. Then she goes and tells Christian everything the other people told her. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. No one should be putting any trust into her. Every single person on this tribe is gonna walk away from this experience being like, I can't trust Emily ever again. Like, I think she just put herself in it. Death is at her door.
She
There's no one's
clocked
gonna trust her.
herself. When she was like talking about Angelina, she was like, or talking to Angelina, she's like, here I go, just telling everything because I can't not say anything. And I'm like, girl,
You're never gonna win like that. You're never gonna win like that.
I could not believe she immediately was like, because in my mind, I'm like, Christian was telling you at the swap, because think about it. When's the last time you talked to him and had alone time with them? They didn't have time to tell you. And then he's like, oh, shit, I have to tell her right now. And tries to tell you. And then you end up on the same tribe as him. And instead of going and talking to him first, being like, what was that about? You just go and Tell the other people.
Insane.
Like, what was she doing? What was she thinking?
Insane. Yeah,
So,
insane stuff. And then why she was so anti-Ozzy on the last tribe, then she just shows up and she's like, I really want to work with Ozzy. It's like, you just were complaining to everyone that you want Ozzy gone the whole time.
yeah.
Kali.
Every time they went to tribal, she was like, I'm thinking Ozzy. I'm thinking Ozzy tonight. Ozzy. But we did. I'm sorry, I did forget to mention before when Jeff said drop your buffs, Emily or Christian did tell Emily about the idol real quick, real fast. And she got worried. She's like, oh, wait, what? Like, how do you know? Like, it was a lot of questions. But like you said, they ended up on the same tribe. So why not just talk to him one-on-one? But instead, she goes and she talks to other people and says how she doesn't trust Christian.
I don't trust Christian as far as I can throw him, I think is what she said. I'm like,
yeah.
She switched back and forth so many times in this episode. It was really the Emily episode. Like Emily and
she was living up to her name. She was living up to Emily.
Was flipping.
She was flipping back and forth for sure. But when she told Christian freaked out in that confession. Like, rightfully so. Rightfully so. But I mean, he's like, shoot, like, hey, if she wants to stay on my side, let me not freak out. And I mean, it worked. It worked for him. But honestly, horrible move by Emily, because how do you not break up this 3-person preseason alliance? They played together, and Mike and Angelina are really good friends, and you just keep them together. I don't know. But the other people that aren't the David versus Goliath, Q, Stephanie, and was it just them?
Ozzy.
Q and
Ozzy.
Ozzy, they wanted Angelina out, but Q doesn't have a vote.
I get why. I get why, like, she would side with them, because right, Q doesn't have the vote, so it's you're gonna go to a split vote. You gotta trust either one of them is gonna flip over, and I don't think they are, and then you go to a rock draw. So you don't want to do that. It's just like not the play. So siding with them makes sense. I think just the way she went about it just was so bad and just so messy, and just blew up her spot within the 4 with Christian, Rick, and Suri going forward once they get back together.
So I don't
She
think
did get
she
Ozzy
knew.
to flip his. She got Ozzy to vote for Q. She
Good
did
for
bring
her.
him in
Like,
and got him to vote for Q as well.
But I don't think they knew that Q didn't have a vote, because I thought Q did really good gameplay.
Stephanie didn't
when he
know.
was talking.
Stephanie knew.
I think only Steph knew.
Mm-hmm.
And Q actually did a really good gameplay at one point when he was talking to Mike, because at this point on the Pink Tribe, they were all talking. It was so much just back and forth, everyone talking to everybody, all these stories all in a circle. But I thought Q did really good gameplay when he was talking to Mike, and he said, I don't want to have to use my extra vote. But I mean, it didn't work. Yes. He did horrible gameplay when he said, vote for me, Mike.
That was bad.
Me, like, no one even, like, Mike telling people, because they all talk about it. No one believed him, because no one cared about it. No one cared about that because he said, vote for me. If someone told me, well, just vote for me instead of Stephanie or whatever, I would be like, something fishy is going on here. I would immediately clock of like, okay, something. No, I don't believe you.
I would say it was not. It was. I do not think it was good. I think the way that he brought the extra vote too. I think if you want to bring it up, you got to pull someone that you trust aside. Like, I gotta tell you that will then leak it. But sitting there, like, man, I don't want to use it. Is just like, it's a dead giveaway that you're just grasping at straws at that point.
I thought it was casual, so I thought like he was saying it like casually, like I don't want to have to use this. So,
but I think saying it casually to someone who's very clearly drawn the line in the sand with you, that they're like, I'm on the other side as you, and then trying to casually drop that, I feel like that just feels like, if I'm Mike White, I'm reading right through that.
So in my
Mike
head,
White is smart.
Yeah. So in my head, what I was thinking Q was doing was he wants Mike to vote for him. The other ones. Like, I don't know why Q really thought that they were actually gonna vote for Stephanie, but I think that's what he was putting together in his head. We all still vote for Angelina, 1 vote on me, and just 2 votes on Stephanie. That's what I think he was putting together.
That's what he was trying to do.
You don't have a vote. Yeah. And it's just really hard because he don't have a vote. So yeah. And Emily, you're relying on Emily.
Yeah, I just don't think that. I don't know. I think it was a half-baked idea. I think he could have had
Me
better
too.
people to go to talk about this with, to try to push something. Mike White is just not your guy. And as far as Angelina knew, coming onto this beach, I think they totally fumbled their relationship with her, because coming to this beach, Angelina was in the thought that it was going to be Aubrey first, and she was in with the alliance on their initial beach. But then coming to this new tribe, instantly they just like pushed her aside. It was like, oh, Angelina's gone. Like they didn't even try to fake that fake alliance they had with her on the last beach. I think Q kind of fumbled the bag, personally, in every department.
So
Yeah, they could have. I think if they had went for Emily, they could have.
I was just about to say, I think that would have been the best bet. Go for
not
Emily.
Christian. They wouldn't have been able, probably not to convince Christian, but I
Or
think that
Angelina.
they would have had a better shot at getting Emily out over saying, "Oh,
Well,
Angelina and Miss Stephanie."
Oh,
Angelina-
I see what you're saying.
mess.
Yeah.
But Angelina
If
said
they
she
had-
had just met Emily. She said, I just met Emily like an hour ago. I think that they,
Yeah, but-
they should have went for Emily.
Yeah,
But
no, I
Emily
agree with
been
that.
much more
gave her
happy.
that info. Emily like told
Yeah.
Angelina the info,
Yeah.
and so
Can I
it's like-
say, I think I found it kind of funny that Angelina and Chrissy basically had the exact same confessional, but it's like Chrissy's came first, and Chrissy's like felt really powerful. Then Angelina's happened. I'm like, we just did this. I don't need to see
Yeah.
someone else cry for the same
That's
they should
not-
reason.
have broken that up a little more.
Yeah.
Very emotional episode for these. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot going on, but like I can't even go through all the conversations because I got them all written down. Like Mike with Stephanie, then Mike with Emily, Emily with Q, Angelina talks about her cameo on White Lotus out of nowhere.
I love the
Mike
clip.
with
I love they
Q.
showed us the clip of White Lotus.
Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't as good as when they showed us the clip of Charlie, but it was up there. It was good though. It was good though.
I do have to
Um,
say that Angelina looks amazing this season. Like she looks so good. I'm like, good for you, girl. You're killing it. I'm loving it.
Yeah, she does. Mike. So Emily actually did convince Ozzy to change his vote. And she says that she wants to vote with Ozzy because she really wants to work with him. And when they were inside the water, it seemed genuine. Like she actually did want to work with Ozzy. So now we go to tribal.
But that's not
Go ahead,
consistent
Will.
with what she said. That's just not what consistent with what she was saying yesterday about Ozzy, where she wants Ozzy gone. Ozzy's her number one target. We get I know it was a secret scene, but after the first episode, she's like, we made a mistake voting out Jenna. We should have voted out Ozzy. Like every episode. As an audience member, I can't trust Emily flipping.
Well,
Yeah.
some people like her. I'm not an Emily fan at all, but no offense to Emily in real life, but I'm talking about on the show. But
Yeah.
some people like this this chaos of Emily, because when I'm watching this and I'm thinking like, who is her actual friend, ally? Like, who does she like?
Now I
idea.
don't know.
Couldn't
Because
tell you.
now I'm like, I would have said Christian, but then she pulled that whole thing, and I'm like, so now you just don't have a number one? Like, there's
Yeah,
nothing-
like I don't understand. I mean, her and Christian play games together too, right?
Yeah,
And
that
that's-
was on the
Outside of
clock tower.
Survivor.
Yep.
Mhm.
They're all
Yeah,
they're
weird.
all Steven Fishback friends. That's what I know
Yep.
about them. They're the Steven
And they're
Fishback
not-
Alliance.
And then they get here and they're not even freaking that close. That's
Well, they
crazy.
were working together. They were working together until this tribe swap, and then Emily just
But
blew
apparently
up.
not-
I think she blew up her spot.
But
I
apparently
think that
not
she
that
just got
close.
scared and blew it.
Of everything. Like she's she's blowing up her own game, blowing up other people's game. It's just like, I don't know. But we go to tribal. Mike White is hungry. He does not want Jeff talking about food. So then we see Mike and Christian go at it about, I don't even remember what it was about. I think
The
he
metaphor.
cut Mike White. Yeah, he cut him off. It was kind of funny. Then we talk about Ozzy being winless, which I thought this during this episode when his tribe lost again. I was like, man, Ozzy's record is just it's going down. Like, he's getting more losses than like any other season he's been on, because he's done challenges by himself too and lost on this season. So he's getting a lot of losses, and he brought it up. But good for him.
His
though.
honorable,
Good for him.
his honorable loss against Coach.
It's not. I don't think any. That's like the only loss that we can say is like his fault. But all the other ones, Ozzy is still insane at these challenges. Like he is still very good. I think he's. I don't think any of the losses of the tribal ones have necessarily been his fault. But
They
I'm
might
hoping he
not
can
be
pick it
his
up.
fault. They might not be his fault, but his record of wins is definitely being tarnished by these losses. Like
True.
he probably had um I was gonna say something about his win-loss record, but I actually forgot. It went over my head. Oh well.
But he's someone who I think is going to still. I think he'll be a big
Oh,
threat once we come to the immunity part, the individual immunity. If he's still around, I think he.
We got to have a swimming challenge.
Yeah, I think he could do. I still think he could do very well. Like I think he
Oh,
could beat Dee and her big toe at the hanging on a pole. You know, I think he could
I
still
think
do it.
I think he's
Yeah,
really good.
I agree.
What I was
If
gonna
he
say
makes it to
about
merge,
his
we'll see.
yeah, and what I was
I
gonna
like
say about
Ozzy.
his win,
Me
and
too.
I actually hope we're at 20 people. That is so many people. But I actually hope the merge is soon because I want to see these people interact. Because like when you got this huge of a cast, some people will never interact with each other, right? Because the merge is at what 12 people at the earliest.
But what if they do a bigger jury?
I
Yeah,
could see that
19
happening.
people.
What if they do a bigger
19
jury?
people. Yeah, I feel like normally the merge is like what? Merge happens like week 5 or 6 typically of like the episodes airing. So that means we could have like 2 more pre-juries. Even if 2 people go in each,
So
that's
at
still 16 people at
18
merge.
people?
18 people jury.
I don't
That'd be
know.
like
I'm like, what
That's
end
if
of
it's
insane.
extinction,
18?
right?
Yeah, but I
That
mean,
was
you think we started with how many? 24? How many started?
24.
24. So I mean, you think like that's 6 people eliminated, and that would be 18 people.
Even like lowest amount, let's say 2 people go the next 2 weeks, that's still 16 people at a merge. Like that, it's gonna
I
be an
would love a
insane
big
amount of
jury like
merge.
that. I would love a big jury. I think that would be
They
But
would
then
awesome.
we're just gonna be double tribal, double tribal, double tribal. Like it's gotta speed up at some point. Like it's gonna go
just
so
wait,
fast.
just waiting on Mr. Beast to come
Forever,
knock all these
no,
people out.
Come
no.
offer them the $100,000.
I cannot imagine a worse outcome.
How you go feel when Genevieve take 100,000 to walk?
Oh, that would break my heart. That would break my heart.
Genevieve, if you
completely
do that,
joking.
if that happens and you do that, I'm unfollowing you on every
I'm
social
Yeah.
media. You bet.
Yep.
I'll be so disappointed.
I'm completely joking. But what I was trying to
I have
say about
I have a bet on
Ozzy's
Kalshi for her to win. I bet money that she
the
would
whole
win
season.
on Kalshi. Yes,
The
I've made
whole
a
season?
few,
I
but
wouldn't mind.
yeah, I made a few bets on Kalshi for my Survivor winner pick, and she's.
I refuse to look at it because I've heard the odds like the last couple seasons have been skewed and like the winner is already winning at the start of the season because people are spoiled.
I don't look. I do it. I did it before.
I'm too scared to even look. I'm so scared of it.
Also, it does it per episode as well, and those have been when I first saw episode 1 and 2, they weren't right when I first saw it. It wasn't correct.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Ozzy decided to come out here, change everything, including his name. He's Oscar now. He's becoming a social player. He's giving away his advantages. He's working with Suri, and he's also losing challenges. That's what I was trying to say about his one loss. He's losing on purpose, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think that's actually true. But tribal, I didn't know who was leaving. I really didn't. And it was 1 vote for Angelina and Q to the 5th power. He's just got all 5 votes. Like Ozzy voted for Q. And when he
what I thought was interesting is Q grabs his torch and he goes, was this you to Ozzy? And Ozzy goes, yeah. It's like, no, it wasn't Ozzy.
It wasn't you at all.
This was not you.
To be honest, it was probably the least you, Ozzy.
Yeah, you were having to be begging, like people were like, please vote for Q, and you were like, not gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was weird. But
did Ozzy know that he didn't have his vote? I forget.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think only
so because if Ozzy thought he had his vote, so maybe he thought it was him because he needed to be convinced to flip to vote with them to get Q out. So maybe he thought I'm the one who flipped.
Yeah, but even
So,
if just Emily flipped and he didn't, it still would. Q still would
Oh,
have gone.
but
If they all
he might
voted,
not
but
have. It's like
true,
he
true,
maybe thought it would have tied. He might have thought it would have tied,
true.
but if he flipped with them, blah blah
I
blah
would
blah
have
blah
loved a
blah.
tie. I love
Me
ties. I
too.
love a rock
Me too.
draw.
this
I
was
don't love a
really,
rock
really
draw, but I love a tie
I just love a
and
this
then a
rock
was,
draw
flip.
because I find it. I always just love the randomness. And usually, here's the deal. This off topic, but look back in Survivor history. Has anyone fun ever gone home from a rock draw? No, it's always a boring player, and I love it for that.
I haven't seen the first 15 seasons, so I don't
Uh,
know.
Well, take like what is it, Blood versus Water, and like Tina's daughter, who I think had said 3 words the whole season, goes out. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is just what I wanted to
mm.
happen.
That's
Best
true.
case scenario.
Tina's daughter didn't say much, but
I don't even know her name. Is
um,
that a testament of how much she said?
I was very sad when I saw the third vote of Q and I realized, oh, he's going home. I was like, oh my gosh, like this is sad. And like Mike White, I felt like earlier in the when they first got to that beach was like wanting to get Q out. And I'm like, Mike, you said that you wanted to keep the entertainment here. And I'm not the biggest Q fan like you will, but I liked him a lot on this season. A lot. Like I thought he was doing very, very good, which is crazy because like the group that was doing very good is like I know Kyle left for a different reason. I know, but that alliance of 4 is down to 2 real quick.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that whole bunch. Like, if this tribe goes again, Stephanie's gone. There's no
Stephanie's
shot
out.
Stephanie sticks around,
Yep,
right? And then
100%.
and Colby, I think Colby's in a good spot. Colby's like the only one in that bunch that I can see going somewhere. But yeah, it is
Yeah,
not.
this
It is
guy is
not
honor
looking
and
good for
integrity.
the. It is not looking good for the honor and integrity crowd. But
No,
Yeah,
no, it
I
is
mean,
looking good. It is looking good for them.
well, I
That's
don't know.
Joe. Yeah,
I mean, I guess Joe. I guess the T. What is it?
the
What was that?
Q, the
The
Q,
whatever
Kyle, Stephanie, and Colby,
the
or whatever.
purple pink whatever tribe, that initial alliance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than Genevieve was part of that too, and it doesn't. I don't think it's boding well for Genevieve right now either.
no,
Because
not
Aubrey
with
has the
Tiffany
idol,
being
right?
like, Aubrey, listen.
Yeah, I was so
And I'm not
mad.
a Tiffany fan either.
Tiffany, I had nothing. I had no feelings one way or another until tonight, and now I'm like, get her out of here.
Yeah,
I have
that's
not.
exactly the same. I was really
I haven't
indifferent
really
about
heard
Tiffany.
nobody say they're. I haven't really heard nobody say they're not a Tiffany fan. That's surprising.
I'm agreeing
She's
like Will more like I was indifferent about her. I was like, meh. And then tonight I was like, ew.
Yeah.
It was surprising though. It was surprising that she preferred
Was.
Aubrey over Genevieve because didn't she play next to Genevieve? Like it was back-to-back seasons, right?
Back-to-back
And usually
seasons,
they're
yeah.
close. Yeah, usually the back-to-back seasons are close because they all go to the same parties and events and stuff. So, but she liked Aubrey more. Yeah, but I liked this episode. It was good. The little tribe swap. Majority of it was just camp life. Like where they had one challenge and it was very quick. It was the blindfold challenge. I like the new tribes. I do think that watching the pink, purple, magenta, whatever color this is, tribe, it felt like more of a disaster than the orange tribe did before the swap because they were just all over the place. Just watching them all go in circles talking to each other, it seemed like a disaster tribe. And I
I
can
think
definitely see it again.
and I'll see them. Yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna be right back there next week, right? Like, who's their strong guy now? Ozzy. I mean, he's doing well, but like,
And they're
he's doing
not
that well.
cohesive.
Yeah, I don't think Angelina or Mike have ever really been particularly good at challenges.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Christian.
Nope. Christian's not doing good.
We need an
Christian's not doing
endurance
good right
challenge
now.
for Christian to do.
Yeah. But if they do go back, it's either who's leaving?
Stephanie, no doubt, Stephanie goes.
Yeah, definitely Stephanie. Definitely. So it'll be pretty predictable because Stephanie's out.
Hopefully that'll be in maybe next episode we'll have 2 eliminations and it can just be
I kind of
Stephanie the
don't
first
know
one
if
real
I
quick.
think Stephanie because
Really?
Emily is so chaotic right now, and she like as we were talking about, she's like, "Ooh, I really want to work with you, Ozzy." And then she also is that type of. She even said in Seventh Night, she's like, "I'm just talking to these people, and they're running the vote. I want to play. I don't want to play Christian's game. I want to play my game." And I feel like she has that. She might get a twinge and be like, I need to break away from them and do this and show that I'm not with them kind of thing. Because I mean, she's always like that.
And
So
technically she did. Technically, she did tell Ozzy that next
yeah,
time we can get Angelina. She did say
True.
that, and it will be
yeah.
3-3. It will be 3-3. So
It's another
So if
split.
Emily
So
bounces,
they
then it
they got to pull someone over basically, or they're gonna go tie and then to
I don't know.
rocks.
Those
I'm
As long as
calling
it
it
plays
right
idol.
now. I don't want to call who it is, like which one, but I think it will be one of the people that, like, I don't think it will be Stephanie. I think it's going to be like Mike or even Christian. Like, I think it might be one of them. I think Emily will lock in with Ozzy. I don't know what the outcome look like, but
I'm gonna change my prediction to Stephanie. I could see it flipping on Emily herself, because Christian kind of has his frustrations with Emily, and and I think they could get Stephanie to join them for sure, and they wouldn't even need Ozzy at that point. They could just take out Emily.
yeah, could be.
man, that's a scary thing though. You do not want the other three that aren't the David versus Goliath people. You do not want one of y'all to go, because then you're down 3-2. You just don't want those odds.
Then you pray for a merge.
Yeah.
Or a win. You pray for a merge.
Then you
or
gotta
a
win. Then you gotta win. So
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. But that's this whole episode, y'all. What did y'all think overall at the end?
I loved the episode. I'm sad Q went home because he's fun to watch, but I'm honestly not surprised, just because, like, I imagine as a player, he's probably so chaotic. Like playing with, you'd be like, I don't know about, like, would probably stress me out. I'd be like, at any moment, he could just loose cannon, like, he's fun to watch. I don't know how fun he is to play with.
Yeah, I feel that I kind of feel the same. I'm kind of bummed because I am such a Q guy, but I was expecting Q to be the first boot coming into season 50, right? There was no shot he was going to go far at all. But then the show really built me up. I'm like, maybe Q can do well. Maybe, just maybe, there's something there.
Like the Kyle exit scene, one of y'all win it.
He's like, one of us is going to win it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm like,
but it built me up just to break me again. So I am sad about the Q exit. But
hey, at least we got the Q skirt. We got the Q skirt.
We got the Q skirt. We got the Q skirt. But yeah, overall, it's like, we all know this season's good. It's been very fun to watch everything. Seeing new people interact with each other, with the swap has been great. And I think I agree. I want the merge to happen soon because I just want to see everyone together. I want to see all the pairings. I don't want to lose. I wanted to see, Q with Coach so bad, and I'm bummed we won't get to see that.
Yeah.
So just give me the merge, and I'll be a happy man. And then you can vote out the people I like. Just don't do it anymore.
Just let them get to the jury.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I liked the episode. I thought it was just chaotic the last little bit with the Magenta tribe. Yeah, I was surprised by Q leaving. Kai, like, I was actually surprised because I didn't know who was leaving for real. But I mean, I liked him a lot this episode. So like, he won me over and then just left. And
yeah.
Again, the tribe, the merge is just. I even wanted to see Q and Aubrey interact more, and they were on the same tribe, but like, we didn't really see them interact much.
They didn't even acknowledge the whole Aubrey thing in 46.
Yeah, like, it's just, they all hate Aubrey, and Q, what, like you said, you thought he would be the first boo. He wasn't gonna last long, but on that first episode, I thought for sure, like, they looked like they had a strong alliance, maybe the strongest alliance, and it just fell apart. It's just the downfall of that alliance needs to be studied, especially if Stephanie does leave.
Fast.
Imagine, oh my god, imagine Colby's face for the next tribal when he realizes what happens. His boy is gone. But
he's gonna be like, no.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But I know we're gonna wrap up in a second, but I'm curious, like, who our winner picks are at this point.
Mine is Aubrey.
Coach and Aubrey. Interesting pairing here.
So wait, can we say why?
Yeah, so I want to know why.
My winner pick is Aubrey because of the sympathy, the edit. Like, this is so, it's not technically meta because it is on the show, but I'm maybe looking at stuff that I shouldn't, which is how they're treating her. Every episode she's talked about so much, and they show us little things with her. Why did they show the people going through her bag? That it had no impact on anything. It just showed the people going through her bag when there wasn't even an idol in there because she didn't get the idol yet. Like, I'm just looking at stuff like that, and that's what's making me think Aubrey is the winner. I don't think they did her very well with the little interaction with Genevieve because that made me not like her. But after that, she's just getting a victim edit where it feels like she's gonna get brought back up. What do you think, Kai, about Coach? And it
I
better
just
not just
love.
be that you love him.
Well, I do love Coach, but I truly think that first off, Coach was my winner pick before the season even started. I always like lock in on someone, and I'm like, so I'm picking, okay. And so the fact that Coach, that first where he gets the key and he steals it, and he's like, I never said like anything that I was gonna like honor that. I didn't say I was gonna do that. Just goes to show me that Coach, as much as he's still playing like with what his idea of honor and integrity is, like he has this like, y'all made me a villain before, remember, and I'm gonna show you that I can do that, and I'll have a reason to back it up every time to be like, I never said that. That's why I took the key. Ozzy wants to have beef with me. That's fine. Let him. And like, he's still gonna do the Coach thing. Coach also has like, as much as like us watching him, we have like our funny haha about Coach. But you remember like Cochran's first season with him, like Coach reels you in. Like he has that like personality where he's like, he can make you feel connected and like that you're cool. And like, who doesn't want to be liked by a guy called Coach, like the Dragon Slayer who does Tai Chi on the beach in the mornings and stuff. And I don't know. I see if he makes it, if like, let's just say he makes it to final three, I think he takes it home easily, actually.
except against Suri. There's no way anyone's beating Suri in the final three.
No, but there's no way she's making final three.
Yeah, you're right.
No way.
Yeah,
No.
you're right.
Coach was my preseason pick as well. I was convinced. Everyone loved Coach in like the preseason interviews too. So I was like, oh man, this guy's got it in the bag. And that shot of him in the intro credits where he's doing the Tai Chi in the like the cave, so tough.
So sick.
Tough. But I don't think Coach is winning at this point. I will say I'm not someone who locks in that I can't stick to my preseason because I feel like the edit just shows me something different. At this point, I don't know how I can pick anyone other than Christian. I think Christian is getting the best edit I think I've seen in a long time. Like he is like, they made him pooping his pants be a good thing, and play it off well. And like tonight, he gets to mention his son again. He's like, my son's going to see this, He is getting just so many of these just winner moments during the tribal where he's like, in this game, you have to die so you can rise again, which, could be foreshadowing forever for Aubrey, for like a winner that's going to be like that in the end. But I just think it's so on the nose, Christian, at this point, and no one would be mad with a Christian win. And I think,
no, I would love it.
Yeah, like even like this episode, I was against Christian. I didn't want him to get his way, but like I still want him to win. He's Christian Yubicki. Even
Yeah, I love him.
Like
he's like in my top 5 all-time favorite players. So,
and this has been even more cemented by this season. So I gotta go Christian as mine.
I love Christian too, and he definitely 100% is, in my opinion, 100% is getting the best edit right now.
But
he's getting
how you view that?
Who knows? He could end up being our fallen angel and just like lose fire making at the very end. Which, if the final four, we have Rick Devens versus Christian fire making challenge, I might cry because they love each other so much. I would be heartbroken.
Yeah.
Hey, but if it, and by the way, I don't want Aubrey to win. I don't think that. What's all I want? I want Suri to win. And to be honest, my number 2 of who I want to win is so far down. My want is Suri, and then number 2 drops a lot. And you probably got Christian or Rick Devens or Genevieve.
Genevieve's my
But
two for sure. Genevieve's probably who I want the most, but then Christian is right there with her.
a lot of people have said if Suri wins season 50, she's one of the best ever. She knocks Boston Rob off the Mount Rushmore, and she's up there with Parvati, Tony, and
Sandra.
So that but like you said, Kai, I don't really see a world where because she's not gonna win to bring herself to the final 3. Unfortunately, no offense. I mean, I hope that you could win, but. And who in the world is gonna take her? Who in the world is gonna take her to the final? Like Ozzy's so locked in with her, but I don't think he's that dumb. He's not gonna do that.
No, and here's the deal: like you got that Charlie mindset. There, Sari is someone who you're gonna vote out. She's your number one ally. You turn on her and vote her out. She's still gonna vote for you and vouch for you on that jury. We've watched her do it for Parvati twice. If you watch Australia versus the World, like. She's exactly who you want to send out at the end of the game and put them on the jury if she's your ally.
Unfortunately, but yeah. It is sad because it would be amazing for her to get a win, but I just don't see it.
No. I feel like
there's just a lot of people that I wouldn't be mad at there are a lot of people this season that I wouldn't be mad if they won. Like depending on how the things go. Like there's only a few people where I'd be like, ugh.
Who would you be to?
Well, one of them's already gone. Savannah.
Oh, yeah.
I would not have liked.
If Savannah won, I'm still taking Boston Rob off the Mount Rushmore. If Savannah, I'm not a Savannah fan, but if she won, that means she two-peated. She didn't even get her $1 million in the bank, and she won twice. Mount Rushmore, probably the best ever.
I would agree with that. But
I'm glad that she's out now.
100%, me too. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank y'all for joining me for this Survivor episode recap. I don't have a schedule. I just randomly decide to do podcasts sometimes and bring cool guests like y'all are. So thank y'all for being here.
Said we're cool.
Do y'all want to plug something? Do y'all have something to plug or no? Kai, let's start with you.
No, not yet.
Not yet. I know I saw you on Instagram today.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say a little, I guess. Coming soon. There's no official date yet. There will be. I am going to host a Survivor ORG called Kai's Island. So it's literally just my name, Kai's Island, on Instagram.
Nice.
I got to do a few test runs, got to have the homies in there to work out the kinks and tell me that some things are stupid or cool and fix it. And then it will be up and running and everybody can play and we can have fun.
That's awesome. That's dope. I'm just not hearing about that. That's awesome. Dope. I want to host one. It just seems so fun. I like playing them too, but
you're a great host too.
Thank you. No. But I am depressed right now about ORGs and I'm
we've been talking about this.
Someone invited me to one tonight, and I was like, no. Will, you got anything to plug?
Not really. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram and my TikTok. I post a lot of silly little videos because I dream of being TikTok famous so I can quit my job. So at will.bag with 2 G's on Instagram. Same thing on TikTok, but with a 24 at the end.
Yeah, and I hope you both become millionaires soon. So
I hope that Mr. Beast shows up and offers me a briefcase with $100,000. I would take it.
Yeah. Go on, Beast Game.
So if you were on Survivor in the final 5.
Nope. No, because I'm winning if I'm in the final 5.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, guys. See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.